Right.
So let's talk about like your mindset. Like, what's your approach with being an indie artist and knowing the challenges of being indie, bro? You've been like obviously putting out a lot of work, 20 plus albums and things like that. Um, what's your mindset for like your big goals and what you hope to accomplish?
Man, I'm one of the things like you just said, knowing you have to take those steps backwards. It's like even that conditioning to understand like that those aren't steps backwards, right? It's just steps. You feel me? Because that's the thing that hurts us when we feel like we going back or we losing progress. But it's like you're just dropping weight so you could fly a bit better, a
Yeah.
bit easier. We're just dropping some weight. And that really helps because after I got my car repossessed, it was like definitely a deep mental conditioning. Like it's that ego blow and that pride. Like you never want to feel like, especially as men, like somebody took something from you. That's the worst. But that also taught me the value of ownership because I had a car previously before that one that I had owned and bought completely. And after I got my car repossessed, like I had gave that first car to my partner, so I was able to go back and be like, "Oh, I need this whip. Let me get." And since I owned it, it was like that really taught me the value of okay, this is mine, right?
Right.
And no one can take this from you. You feel me? So that's like a big lesson that carried into the music. Now I understand ownership and value, like me and my pops used to have talks early on when we first started getting deals, and he'd be like, man, you could just give the label like 3 albums, 4 albums. And then I was like, nah, I can't. You feel me? Because I understood like how important this ownership was for me. But now that I have 20, I understand like building homes with other people. I got a neighborhood and I got 20 houses that I own. Now I can go build a home across the street that I don't own, but I get paid rent from. It's like when they sell it or when they rent it out, they gonna cut me a piece of rent. So now I'm understanding that I could build homes with other people, and all of that goes into just building as an indie. Like my whole company and my brand was built on helping other artists. We started doing a lot of live performance sets and a lot of content for other artists outside of me that I just love. Like you realize that your brand grew once you started sharing.
Mm-hmm.
Like people don't understand. Everything
Big.
is better
That's
when you
big.
share it. It's like
Yep.
when you get some food that's hella good, the first thing you want to do is like put somebody on. You like, hey, you got to try this because it's better when you share that shit. And like we learned that early from helping so many artists and sharing our platform. I was able to grow mine. And so when I'm growing with my career and being indie, my whole thing is just like sharing everything. I don't really hold too much. Any gem I got, any platform I use, any information I got, I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna share it because it can only amplify. It can only get bigger once you do that.
That's one of the things that I'll second that. Like most people know, if you follow me, I'm an information giver. I'm a sharer. And sometimes I feel like I might talk too damn much. I'm like, maybe I did go a little bit, like because I be giving a lot of game, but I think it's just something that naturally you just kind of get back that from what you've done for other people, man. I can't be as blessed as I am without all the people who support me and that have pushed me forward from me being a sharer and helping them get their goals. So I believe in helping other people get where they want to go. Helps everybody out ultimately, man. And that
And those wins always feel so much better.
Yeah.
Those wins always feel so much better. Like, we all like to score, but like when you help your teammate score, it's like, throwing that lob and watching your teammate dunk it that's another win too. You feel me? That's something to cheer and smile about as well.
100%. My saying is, it's our turn. So I believe in like using the mindset of being like inclusive. Like help everybody out. Like when I'm in one of my trainings, like I encourage like, hey, get in the groups, work together. Like you guys don't have to be in competition. Like that's what people want you to believe is like you got to be
Right.
in competition. Like you guys can do this together. You can work with a partner. You can have somebody that looks like you, be somebody that helps you get to where you want to go. Like we've got this like I did it by myself mentality.
Right.
Like yeah.
But I mean, a lot of us that's raised in like the hood or just us men. Like I said, another thing, it's like we have a very scarcity mindset. Like there's only room for one.
Yeah.
You feel me? There's only room for one, but it's like that is so untrue. You feel me? Like you can always make more room if you're willing.
That's a fact. What do you think about, like, obviously, like we seen this tragic incident yesterday. We saw PNB Rock was out, and it was like a robbery attempt, and the guy took his life. We speak about ego a lot of times, man, and like, you know, I think like jewelry is part of like a male's ego in a sense, right? For me personally, like when I wear my stuff, like it makes you feel like, yeah, you know, I've accomplished some shit. I got some nice shit, and you take pride in wearing it. But this trip coming out to LA, I decided to leave my shit in Miami.
Beautiful.
The last time I was here, my jeweler out here told me, he was like, hey man, I've had about 10 to 15 guys get robbed. And it's bad right now. And I was like, I told my guys, I was like, man, I'm leaving this shit home, man. Like, it just, you know, I'd rather not have anybody in my circle have to be put at risk based off something that's my fruit, something that I've deserved. I've earned this, but, you know, people are like operating in this different mindset where they'll go take your hard work.